Hello guys, welcome to my channel, the Excellent Hacker. Today we are going to solve the code keeper box from TryHackMe. So before getting into the walkthrough, please don't forget to subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon. Okay, I am using Parrot OS for this walkthrough. You can use any Linux distros. Okay, let's open the site. Here is the room, the code keeper. Okay, let's join the room. Let's deploy it. So we are going to do tasks serially. The first task is this intro, go through it. Second one is host enumeration. So first question is how many ports are open in the target machine. Let use nmap to scan the machine. To do that, just type sudo nmap -sc to run default scripts, -sv to enumerate version, -o for OS fingerprinting, -o and for default output and the machine's IP. Okay, let's run it. Okay, let's run the scan. No need for me to open the nmap scan. I have already done that and it will take some time. Just I'm gonna open the scan. Okay, here is the nmap scan result. So port 22 and port 80 are open. So there are two ports open. What is the HTTP title of the web server? So HTTP title is Apache 2 Ubuntu default page and it works. You can verify by just opening the IP in the browser also. What version is the SSH service? So SSH is OpenSSH 7.2 P2 Ubuntu. Just copy it. So what is the version of the web server? Version of web server is Apache 2.4.18. You can see all the results from nmap scan. So we completed task 1. Let's go to task 2. What is the name of the important file on the server? You can see on the theory and how to use GoBuster also. Let's use GoBuster to uh, enumerate the directories. Let's GoBuster dir -u for URL. Let's first visit the site. So it shows us Apache default page. So after giving -u and URL, specify word list. Users share word list. So I like to use this word list directory list 2.3 medium.txt. So its location is highlighted here. Okay, after that just keep -x for scanning extension also. Let's -x and PHP, so it will scan for PHP extension. Let's add a timeout out of 50 seconds and then give threads of about 100. It will drastically increase the GoBuster scan. Okay, let's hit enter. Okay, go found the result administrator.php. So what is the name of the important file on server? It's probably that. Let's go to task 4, web exploitation. So what is the admin username? Okay, let's visit that directory. So I checked the site multiple times and I know that it is vulnerable to SQL injection. To prove that just give a SQL query. You can just give a simple query with -1 equals to -1 dash. We're giving this simple query and let's try to log in. It say that you have an error in your SQL syntax. So we know that this site is vulnerable to SQL injection. So I'm going to use SQL map to exploit that vulnerability. So SQL map syntax is like that. SQL map dash u for URL, provide the URL. After that just give dash dash forms. It will check for all the forms in the page, and dash dash dbs, it will enumerate all the database, and dash dash bash to just use the default options. It will take some time to find out to which type of SQL injection the given page is vulnerable. Okay, SQL map found out that the given page is just vulnerable to all three types of SQL injection: boolean based, blind, error based, and time based. Can it find out there are five databases: information schema, MySQL, performance schema, sys, and users. So first question is, what is the admin username? Okay, let's dash this. We'll select the database. Let's select users and let's dump all the file from that database using dash dash dump. Hit enter. Okay, dump the uh, database, and it contains a table with a column username and password. So there is a username pingu dad and password secret pass. So we get our first answer. So what is admin username? It's pingu dad from here. And what is the admin password? It's secret pass. The next question is, how many forms of SQLi is the form vulnerable to? You can see here in SQL map result that it is vulnerable to three types of SQLi, the boolean based, error based, and time based. That is 3. So let's go to task 5. How many files are in current directory? Okay, let's first log in the page with the with the username and pass. What was the password? Secret pass. Okay, inside the page we got some sort of command page. Now let's see. Okay, we can run command in this run command page. So let's check if there is netcat or not. So there is netcat. Okay, let's create a netcat listener. To do that, just type nc-nblp and a port. So somehow netcat is not working in this box. Okay, netcat is not working here, so let me use another reverse shell. I'm going to visit this site called pentest monkey. The reverse shell cheat sheet from pentest monkey. Just visit there and just copy any one. So I'm going to use this PHP reverse shell. Just copy the shell, paste in this command tab, and just change to your IP and port. So in this section, fsock open. Just give your IP and port. Let's check my IP first. My IP is 10.9.78.200. Okay, 10.9.78.200. I have set up a listener on port 4444. Change the port also, then hit enter. Okay, after that I got a reverse shell in the machine. Okay, I'm logged in as www-data to solve the question. How many files are in current directory? Just type ls. Okay, there are 3 files. So second one is do I still have an account? Okay, let's check etc password, etc psswd. You can see here that the box still contains the password, this pingu, as you already know that the username given in the task was this pingu, so it's probably yes. The next question is what is my SSH password? So we are going to use a find command to search for any files name is password or pass. Okay, let's run it. Find backslash to search and root and name of the pass. So I'm going to use the regex. It will search for small p or capital P and rest of the word. It's password dash o for or name pass, and let's suppress the error. So what I did here is the command will search for capital P or small p with password or pass. So it actually found two files. First one is in this var hidden pass, and second one is var lib pam password. Let's check this first one. Okay, it got up. So it got some sort of password, pingu. Let's check second one. There's bunch of, I don't know what kind of data is it. Yep. So our password is probably this pingu. Kind of was unusual name, pingu. We completed tax 5 also. On tax 6. Tax 6 says that what is interesting path of the interesting SUID file. So there are a bunch of instruction on how to transfer linenum from your box to the TryHackMe box and run the enum script. So I'm going to again use find command to find the wrongly configured SUID files. So I'm not going to run linenum in this box. You can always run linenum also. So let's find any SUID bit enable file. For that, just type find slash and pom for permissions dash u equals to s. So it will search for any file with SUID bits enabled and suppress the error to greater than \tab /null. Okay, it actually found a bunch of files. The first one is opt secret root. It's kind of unusual in any Linux. It's probably our answer. So it does nothing. Let's see if you can type anything or not. Okay, it is doing nothing. Let's move on to next task. Pond dvg. Okay, here is a source file of that root. Okay, after seeing the source code, I think it's some kind of buffer overflow exercise. You can see here that the program will just get input of around 32 characters. Okay, after that it will exit the program. There's another function called shell also. It will set uid and gid to 1000. It means it will set the gid value to root's value and then cat this shadow backup file, but there is no function calling to shell. So we are going to modify function call to the shell and execute the rest of the code. Okay, pond dvg is also installed here. It tells you to read the above file. So before doing the exploit, I recommend you to go to Google and search for buffer overflow and just learn the basic of it into exploiting this route. So I'm going to use GDB. GDB is a debugger program. It will tell what the registers are. uh, so this GDB will tell us the memory location and register values and so on. Actually, we are not able to get pond dbg. Okay, so actually the given cell is quite non-interactive, and we got our SSH password also. It's so in tax 6, so yeah, we got our SS. In tax 5, we got our SSH password is pingu. Okay, let's first log in from SSH. Okay, first of all, let's get the SSH key. It's in class home slash pingu ssh and SSH id underscore RSA. So it is generally the location where SSH key is placed, and this key is encrypted. You can see here. Let's use this key to log in into the user pingu. Let's copy it. Let's make a beam of RSA keys. Let's paste it here. Okay, I made a new file RSA keys and pasted the ID RSA. All the RSA. Let's try to log in into Pingu using these RSA keys. Okay, permissions 0644 for RSA keys are too open. So it got in some kind of error. Okay, let's fix that just by changing the permissions. To do that, just type chmod 600 and RSA keys. It will change the permission of RSA keys. You can see here just it is just read and writable for root users. Okay, let's use the SSH again. Okay, it asks for password. This is the password we found in tax 5. Okay, we are logged in inside this pingu user. Previously we are www-data. Now we are with pingu. Okay, now let's open the opt secret and root. Okay, we are open. So now pond dbg extension can be open used with GDB. So if you give character more than 32. If you give the any character more than 32 is input, then the uh, then this root will go to segmentation fault. So it stack buffer overflow. So it will go under stack buffer overflow. Let's give some input first. So to give input inside GDB, just type R. It stands for run, and angular bracket space angular bracket and close bracket. So you will give input inside the close bracket. So pond division contain a built-in command called cyclic to give repeated number of input. You can use either Python, or you can manually input, or you can use the command cyclic. I'm going to use cyclic. So 32 byte is the limit. Let's input 35. Okay, 35 didn't work for us. Okay, let's give input of around 50 cyclic characters. Okay, now you can see here that program receives signal SIG segmentation fault. It means that the buffer overflowed. You can view the registers here: EAX, EBX, ECX. These are all the registers. If you don't know about registers, you need to Google around a little bit and what are registers, what those different kind of registers do. So as I already told you that we need to execute this function shell. So to do that, we need to change the location of this EIP is called instruction pointer. So it will tell you where to go to next execution. So it is currently denoting to this 616161C. We need to change this value of EIP to this location of void cell. So first of all, let's find out the location of that. Let's check how many, in which position this EIP is located. To do that, you can use a metasploit pattern generator also, but in pond dvg we can again use cyclic command to actually find out the location. Just type cyclic -l and give the location of give the value of EIP. Currently it is 44. So after 44 character byte, it will start writing in this instruction pointer. Before that, it will fill up the base pointer, the ESP, the EVP, this base pointer, this ESP stack pointers. So it will fill them up before getting into this EIP. So what we need to do is first provide 44 byte of any cushion files, cushion characters. You can give A, B, B, B or any other word, and then after that we need to give the location of shell function. Let's find out the location of shell function. To do that, just type info functions. We can see here that the function shell has the memory location of this we can say left side of this cell, the its memory location, just copy it, just note it rather than copying it, just note it anywhere. Now let's run the program again. Just give the input like this: r space and angular bracket, space angular bracket, then small bracket. Then this time I'm going to use Python. So we will first print 44 A's and give the this address. We cannot use, we cannot give the address directly, just copying and pasting into it. The so the process, we can see here the exploit is also given in tax 8. How to exploit it also, there is a detail on how to use it. So the CPU architecture use a little Indian format, which means bytes are actually backwards. So we need to input each byte backward format to the just inside the double quote. Inside double quote, just give backslash and x, then start giving the bytes from backward. The first is cb, then again backslash x 84, again backslash x 04, backslash x 08, and it will convert it into like this format. So I'm not going to explain you in detail how this works. Just Google it a bit and okay, just go through the Google and search how it works. Buffer overflow is quite vast topic. I'm gonna make probably, so I'm gonna make probably another video explaining buffer overflow, but not for this one. Okay, we prepare our payload. Let's hit enter. Okay, I forget to give a code. The shell function in the root successfully run. You can see that cat slash var slash backup slash shadow dot back is, so we can see here that this line successfully executed and give permission denied, because actually running in GDB we are actually running line by line, so set GID and set UID were not run, not executed. So this line was executed, this means our exploit is working. Okay, let's quit it. First of all, let's copy the exploit. First of all, let's copy the payload. Q for quit. Okay, then paste the payload and we are going to pipe it through. We are going to just pipe it through the programs of secret and root. Okay, after executing the payload and piping it through the secret route, it successfully execute the shell function, and it gave us the backup of shadow file. So it is actually encrypted. Okay, I'm going to use hashcat to crack this root hash. To do that, just copy the hash. You can use hashcat in Linux, but I'm going to use hashcat in Windows because it will use my GPU, my laptop's GPU to crack the hash, which will be pretty faster than in this virtual box. So the the command is same in Linux also. Use the same. Okay. See, I'm in PowerShell. Okay, let's first paste that copied hash in a file. I'll name it hash. Okay, just paste that hash. Okay, just save it in your Windows drive. Then let's identify what kind of hash it is. So to do that, just open your browser and go to hashcat hash examples. So you can see here that our hash start from $6 and dollar. Let's find if there is any hash starting with it. So you can see here SSA 512 crypt is the correct hash that the password is encrypted with. So it hash mode is 1800. So we are going to use hashcat now to crack the password. Okay, let's save it. So see, here is our password hash. Okay, then let's use hashcat. Type hashcat, then give dash m to hash type. So hash mode is 1800, and then hash file. Word list, I will use rockU.txt. Okay, now hashcat has started. Okay, after some time, hashcat successfully cracked our password, and it's locked to fish. Okay, it's locked to fish. You can just use hashcat in your Linux also. It will take some longer time than in this Windows. Okay, let's check if the password works or not. So I'm going to su into root, and it's locked to fish. Okay, we have successfully gained root privilege in this box. So here we are root user. Okay, let's complete rest of the tasks. There is nothing. For task 9 also bunch of theory, just go through them and learn about buffer overflow. And the last one, what is the root password is, so we found out from hashcat that it's locked to fish. Okay, Okay, so we successfully completed this um, box also. So this much in this video. Thanks for watching it, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and if there are any query, leave them in the comment section below.